Hey everyone, this is Jerry with Big Dreams Little Homestead, and I got Lucy here with me and Gigi. So, I got a comment, guys, and I'll just read it to you. LOL, you can't sleep without your CPAP machine. You're the one who needs to wake up and live in the real world. You need society to live. There's a reason why life expectancy was in the 30s when people did what you think you can do. You couldn't go a month raising your own food. This is what's wrong with America. This mentality. This mentality. This is what is wrong with the United States of America and the world. I'm telling you, it reminds me of crawdad fishing. You know, everyone they didn't put the crawdads in some sort of bag or container with a lid. No, they used a 5-gallon bucket and they just filled that 5-gallon bucket to the brim, so hoping they get them crawdads, and then they'll take them crawdads and just throw it in that open mouth 5-gallon bucket. Well, why would they do that? Because crawdads never escape the bucket. There's always that one crawdad that gets all the way to the top. And then just as he's about to bust his move and flip over and onto freedom away from that tasty little morsel that we all know he's going to become, here comes another crawdad who didn't have the wherewithal to get up to the top of the bucket and to where freedom was. But they always seem to have that strength, that ability to reach up and grab that crawdad that's just about past the finish line and pull him back down with them. This is what this comment reminds me of. That crawdad that never could rise above and get above the system of death that we see around us. But they sure can reach up and try to pull that other crawdad down. I don't think I can live without society. No one ever said, I never said I was intending on living. I never told you that. What I did say was we were going to try and live here as free as we can, as long as we can. But what I want to see, because I don't think that I can't live without society. And if that was a double negative, I never was an English scholar. What I mean is, we do need society. We need other people in this world. And so what I'd like to see is, instead of us pulling those escapees back down to the misery with us, what I'd like to see is people that have risen up. You know, there's a lot of channels out here, homestead channels and other channels, that have done quite well for themselves over the past few decades. And so they've been able to, and there's nothing wrong with making money, but they've been able to get their homesteads to a position where they can not only take care of themselves, but they can take care of others. And that's not to say we try to save the world, because you're not going to be able to do that as a lone homestead or a lone husband and wife team. But what you can do is help others in a time when they're building. You know, if you have chickens, if you have rabbits, if you have ducks, if you have goats and llamas or whatever it is you have, this is a time when we all need to come together. And this is what I'd like to see some of these big homestead channels, prepping channels, and others, is come together and get an organization to help other people take care of themselves as self-sufficiently as they can, but in the beginning get them started. You know, if that looks like giving them, 6 chickens, 6 hens, and a rooster, whatever that looks like, because you might say, well, that's taken away from what I need to survive. It might be, but if other people get to the end of their rope and they have no other options than to try to steal, then that's taken away from you as well. This is a way to get out in a proactive, positive manner and to stop those kinds of engagements. So what I'm saying is I would love to see a lot of the big mainstream homestead prepping, so forth and so on channels come out and say, look, we're gonna set up an email, whatever it takes to get people's information and see who's doing what, so that we can take care of each other and provide. It's nothing different than what was done before, the co-ops. That's what a co-op used to be. It still is in some places, but very few and far between. Where the co-op initially might even give you some credit to get you on your feet so that you're producing. And not only that, but you have access to information. Why do it maybe not the wrong way, but a harder way, when there are easier methods? See, that kind of information could save people's life in what I see and what many others see, and in your headlines today. Shortages, shortages, shortages. Crop losses, crop losses, crop losses. So guys, this comment, is in many ways, defines the society that I've said I'm stepping out of. In a society, if there is a society that tells me I can no longer live free and make my own choices, then yes, I think it's time to step out of that society. But that doesn't mean you can't step in to another society. It's already happened here in the United States of America. Many of us have been around and seen the Amish, have seen the Mennonites, have seen them reject technology in favor of the old ways and the old methods. And I think many of us today see that their choices, regardless of their ideologies or any of those things, that choice alone might have been a fairly intelligent choice. So no, what was your name? Let's see here, so I get it right. No, Roger Flanagan, I'm not saying that I'm going to live outside of society. What I'm saying and what I'm calling for is a new society, which is not really a new society. It's just the old one that we had not too long ago. I appreciate everyone that came through, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace.